Good day, my friends. It's a beautiful, peaceful summer day. It's nice to be able to share a moment of peace with you. Today we're going to practice shooting our bow, and I'm going to describe something to you that's I find to be extremely important and a very good technique. Now, I call it the short draw. You know how I've told you before, push from close? Push from close? Well, today we're really going to get it close, and I'm finding that it works great. So what we're going to do is when we put the bow up, as soon as we start to, and our arm is going to be in, let me step back here a bit. My arm is going to be in close, not out here, but in close. But as soon as I start to pull, I'm going to bring my finger right to the corner of my mouth. So the draw is going to be just like that. It's only about an inch or so. And then I'm going to push the point on so it's dead on, and then I'm going to come back right to my little magic spot with a relaxed arm, and I'm going to let go. Now, this is a point. Horace Ford wrote in his book that he thought that most people missed because they moved their arm on the draw. And of course you can see that I can't bring my arm back unless it goes off to the right and then in behind. So that's a lot of movement. Movement causes misses. So what I've started to do is what I call the very short draw. So again, as soon as I start to push it on, I'll bring my hand right to my corner of my mouth, basically. Once I've pushed the tip on, that's the next step. Now I put the power into the bow and I come back. Well, that draw is only that far. This is a big draw. Your arm can move. That's what Horace says. Gare says, shorten that draw up so that it goes from there to there. And it's very accurate because the point is already on, you see. Come to the corner of your mouth, get the tip on. Now simply come back. The tip is already on. You've already come back. If your arm's relaxed, you let go. You'll hit that target most of the time. It's a really, really good technique. Now, anyhow, less talking, more shooting. I'll be back in a minute. Okay. Okay, my friends, so this technique of anchoring first and then pushing it on is completely opposite to normal, and it's working remarkably well. It's a very short draw because I'm going back to my anchor and pushing it on rather than drawing it on. Well, that's good enough for me. So this is a completely new system. It's working remarkably well. Again, what I'm doing is I'm coming back with, before I put the arrow tip on, I'm coming back to my jaw, to the magic spot, and then I'm pushing it on with the relaxed arm. You get it? So it's sort of like I come back, very short draw, and then I push it on from that position. So I'm not aiming like this and coming back. It's already back. Completely different, completely unique, and it's working great. Anyhow, when you do that, it's a great technique. Back in a minute. Guys, find that this new system of anchoring first and then pushing it on is working very good. You know, Horace Ford, when he said that, and I started thinking about it and started to shorten my draw, I had no idea that I would end up essentially having no draw, but basically only having a push, more or less, you know. Get it real close. And that's the secret. Starting close so you don't have to go far. Yeah, it's in there, but a little high. Let's see if we can't do a bit better than that. It was a bit better. Yeah. Basically, I'm not drawing anymore. I mean, you know, I set it up, but the very first thing I do is get rid of my draw. Just come back here, let my arm hang, and then everything is done. All the aiming, all the pushing, it's done with the left. And it's quite different, but, you know, there's no problem with me shaking my arm off when I'm coming back, you know. So we're getting our hits. We'll practice this a little bit more. But I have a feeling that this system is very good. I want you guys to try it. Back in a minute. Okay, my friends. Caribou at 30 yards. Anchor first, push second. Anchor first, push second. Okay, we're doing something very unique. I'm going to take full credit for showing you this technique. I will take full credit. And what it is, as Horace Ford said, as we draw, our arm goes off to the right and it pulls the arrow off the original line. So what I'm doing here is I'm pulling and anchoring first. So I'm just pulling and anchoring first, letting my arm fall in place right on my anchor, and then I'm pushing it out and lining it up. So what we've done is, if there's 50% chance of you pushing it off and 50% chance of you pulling it off, we've eliminated 50% of the problem, because we're already back at our anchor. We're just using the strength in our left arm to line it up. So that's quite different, and it's working very well. So if you practice that for a while, you'll start to get your hits. Anchor first, push second. Okay, boys, we'll be back in a minute. Okay, guys, we have a woods buffalo down here at 31 yards. It's on there. Anyhow, this system is working pretty good. We've eliminated a lot of the possibilities of pulling it off by anchoring first and pushing second. It's unique. I've never done it before, not to this extent. I've told you to, push from close before, but not actually anchoring first and then letting the left arm do all the aiming. Left arm will push it on so the tip is straight. You can lower or raise it. The right hand does not move. It simply goes there, the arm relaxes, and it just stays there. Everything pivots from this point. And anyhow, it seems to me that this technique is working very, very well. And, we got our hits. Okay. Have fun. Talk to you later.